We live a life depending upon death as its final cycle. When someone dies, the light they see as they pass forward onto a new journey, as I would like to call it, that new journey becomes possibly their new life. 9 months of walking the line, remembering everything the first couple months, and then as a drug addict begins to decline or detox, that is what you're doing. The rest of the months you're laying in detox. But what are you detoxing? What are you detoxifying as you pass forward? The past life. Now, the reason why I've stated what I have is because the way I look at it, and I've seen quite a few documentaries discussing this same thing. When you die, the white light you see is your entrance into your next life. And that next life, you need to have a clear conscience. Now, is it possible for some of us to remember our past lives? Of course. Some may never be detoxified from their last life. Some of us might relapse. There really is no recovery for a lot of things. But they discuss this, and the way I look at it is, it's not your entrance right away into a new life because you're being conceived, you're being born again. You start out as a tiny speck, and that tiny speck is you washing away everything you witnessed, experienced, and went through your entire life. I know that's all pretty much the same thing, what I just said, but it's true. And it's always been quite an event that I kind of wanted to explore, and that is death. For a lot of years, I've researched quite a bit of things, read a lot of people's stories and their personal accounts with dying and coming back to life. And nobody could really understand that. Why would you die and then come back to life? Well, what if the reason why you came back is because the baby that you were to become in the next life miscarried, or was aborted, or what have you? So if you think about it, every step you take could affect the new life that you might be having. So you just gotta run with it and understand that there are things we'll never know, and death being one of them, and the afterlife being another. We don't know what's going to happen. We can have all these theories, but it's a pretty cool little theory to have. As I was growing up, I had this thought: what if we are our soul's dream as our soul rests for its day? And when we go to sleep, that is the soul's reality in what we dream. It's quite a mind-boggling effect there, because what the fuck are you even talking about? Well, think about it. When you dream, you remember quite a bit of things. Even though some dreams that you do dream you don't remember, maybe they didn't have a great effect upon your life at that very moment. But you will always remember certain dreams, especially certain nightmares, certain dreams where you feel like you're actually in a specific place when you know for sure you're not. Dreams are a very very, I don't even know the word for it. They're very, very complicated to understand. Nobody really understands the mind, and the mind can wander for years upon years upon years. But it is a very advanced instrument to the human body, and that's something I think we all should focus on, is learning our mind, diving into some uncertain areas and trying to pull some information out of our brains. They say when you look into a human being's eyes, you see their soul, or the pathway to their soul, or what have you. That's very true, I think. I mean, that's what I believe. But in all reality, your eyes can misguide you. Your mind can misguide you. But to me, your heart always stays true. When I was growing up, I had a lot of problems with life. I had a lot of stuff I kept bottled up inside. I had a lot of shit that I never told anybody that happened to me. I held all this kind of shit down inside me, and I said, fuck it. And I used it. I used the pain to create anger and to create hatred, which is not a desired effect. And I began to start hating life, hating people, hating all these different things that life had to offer. And it eventually ran my mind straight into the ground, where I was to the point where I wanted to commit suicide. There were so many times in my life that I tried to commit suicide, way over 35 times. I'm now 20-something years old. I've witnessed death firsthand many, many occasions, and a lot of other shit, but the way I look at suicide is, if you die, you commit suicide, you die, you pass over. Do you still lay in misery, but at a higher level? Or do you truly find serenity in everything that you lived through and lived with? And that was a huge question on my mind for so long that it stuck with me, and I never fully went through a suicide. There's been times where I've put a noose around my neck and I've wanted to jump off some fucking high-ass building and just become a shattered being. I didn't want it anymore. But that one thought kept in my mind, what if it's not serenity that we experience after suicide, after we free ourselves from this life? What if it continues on, but at a higher intensity? I didn't want that. Thus, the reason why I'm still here. Everybody says, oh, there's something you are here for. You just got to figure that out. You got to find it. Well, I found it. I found a lot of different reasons why I'm still alive. But I've also found a lot of reasons why I shouldn't be. But enough about suicide. The whole point of that was to discuss what would happen in a suicidal attempt. Like after the deed's been done, what would happen to the soul as it passed over? A lot of things in life we experience, each obstacle we come in contact with or come across, and as we go past that obstacle, go over that obstacle, and move on to the next one, that creates a strength, a will, an endurance. If you can endure this endure this obstacle, you can build the strength for it, and you can will yourself past it, then you can go on to the next one. And each one you come across, you'll either fight it and win it, or you'll lose it. And that, I believe, is how you die. Each obstacle you face is either the creation of your will, your willingness, of your endurance and your strength, or it is what kills you in the end. This has been Reality Behind, saying, if there was a way to find out what is truly on the other side, would we want to venture that far? Even though life's journey leads us down that road, no matter where we go, no matter how many different ways we've traveled, we all head that same direction. As life ticks down on the clock, on its clock. Have a good night, everybody. This has been Reality Behind, a nice little chat.